needs to be addressed. Unfortunately, farmers are non-bankable for the banking industry, as you corrected. In many cases, there's no accounting practices in a smallholder farm. In some countries, there's no collateral for financing. In some cases, the infrastructure of rural development in banks, it's absent. What we've been working more in the later years with IFC, World Bank, and other institutions is trying to develop supply chains, trying to bring finance more in product, more in fertilizers or herbicides, and that kind of development. But it's a development issue, and we need better roads. It's very difficult to get inputs to a farm. We need to travel from a major city to a little city and then 10 hours, 12 hours up the road in difficult conditions where transportation is very expensive. So it is a very complex issue that agriculture in general faces, and we're heading that way. Productivity gap needs to be addressed with better inputs, access to inputs, and that's something that the industry is really working on. In some cases, some pilot cases in Ivory Coast currently with IFC support, basically it's establishing a fertilizer company and bringing it closer to the farmers, finding ways on how can we finance that input suppliers to farmers, and making sure that farmers are aggregated in a cooperative or a farmer association in order for them to get access to those facilities. So it's something that is being worked on, and that it will continue to be a big priority for the industry then.
Paul.
You obviously have to approach it by country, by product, by segment. I guess I have three answers. One is that we look at value chain finance in that circumstance and look to the input suppliers themselves, and we look to the buyers, and we try and connect the dots. The point that Robert made is excellent. The credit gap, the feasibility of a financial institution loaning to a small farmer is daunting. Our approach is to form those producers into a legal cooperative. If the regulatory environment allows, a legal member-owned cooperative can then accumulate assets. There are great examples in Ethiopia, in Rwanda, of cooperatives that built up assets and then become creditworthy, or start savings and credit unions at the cooperative level. The good news I bear is that model program in Indonesia does have IFC explicit upfront participation for credit to the category of professional farmers that Robert mentioned. So